What's up, Bulldogs? All right. I was on a call with a coaching client of mine yesterday, and a really interesting topic came up. It made me think about this in my own life, of course. But yeah, I think it's something that this applies mostly, I would say mostly to older guys, to guys that are past 30, right? If you're in your 20s, this doesn't apply to you yet, probably. It might, but what I would say is that pay attention, because this is something that you're going to face. And if you don't know how to deal with this, you're going to be in trouble at some point. All right. And so to give some context, what my coaching client was asking me about, or what he was saying, yeah, John, I need something to pull me forward. I need some motivation, some kind of goal, something that I want. Right. And in this context, what he was talking about is he said, well, I like to go on cruises. Maybe if I can make more money, then I can go on more cruises. And that's what I need. But I can't just, even though I'm saying this and we've got this plan laid out, after this call, the truth is I'm just going to go back to playing video games. Right. And so I was like, well hold on. We got to figure out a way to make it so that you're not going to go back to play video games. Like, what is it going to require? And as I'm thinking about this a little bit here, and it's interesting because when I record videos or I do coaching, that's when my subconscious mind is working to solve these problems, right? So not to toot my own horn, I love to say that, but the reason why I have the degree of wisdom that I do have, which again, I'm still learning every day, but if I could attribute it to any one thing, it would be this, is that I solve a lot of problems. I see a lot of problems, right? Just dealing with people, getting emails, making these videos, doing coaching, it exposes me to a lot of things that causes me to have to think about these things and think about how to solve these things. And that is what produces that wisdom, right? It's a combination of reading and digesting information, but a lot of it is just trying to solve your own issues, trying to solve other people's issues when you don't know the answer, right? It's not like, sometimes I do, right? Because sometimes I've encountered so many things that I instantly know I have something that I've already thought about. In fact, that's a lot of the things now, but there's many instances where I turn on this camera and I'm making a video and I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what the answer is going to be. I'm just answering the question, or I'm on a coaching call or on the live streams on the Bulldog Mindset membership. And I'm figuring out as I go, like subconsciously I know, but it's coming to the surface, which is how I learn, which I'm only side noting this so that you can see how you can learn and gain wisdom. It's going to come from solving problems, from solving other people's problems, from not knowing the answer, but on the fly, letting your subconscious come out and teach you as well as the person that you're talking to. So anyway, getting back to the story, this is what I realized. Was that, this guy's in his 40s. Okay. He's making good money. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's got a nice life. And so there's really nothing that he really wants. He says he wants more money. Okay. Sure. He says he wants to be able to go on more cruises and trips. Okay. Sure. But does he really, really want that? No, it's not like when you're in your 20s and you're like desperate to get laid. You've never seen a hot girl naked. Okay. Not really, not in the physical 3D presence aside from a strip club. All right. Like you've never experienced this thing. You've never had the thrill of actually having sex with a woman that wants to have sex with you or whatever it is. Or you've never had money. You've never been able to buy the things that you've wanted to buy. Okay. Because you just haven't had that yet. You haven't had these experiences. You've never been jacked as a man. All right. You haven't built your physique. You haven't had people respect you. You haven't had a good job. You haven't had these things that you want in life. You haven't experienced them. And so you have a high desire for them. But what happens when you get into your 30s or your 40s or whatever, and you've done those things, right? In my case, for instance, I've done all the things. I've made a lot of money. I've been somewhat famous, like not really famous, but you know what I mean? Like I've had that where people come up to me on the street and say, hey, you're John from Bulldog Mindset. I've had a lot of different women, right? I've had that. I have a beautiful wife that I love now, perfect relationship, amazing sex. Like I have those things. I have a nice house. I have a car. I'm driving a Tesla. Like, it's like, so why? What motivates me? Is making more money? What is it? And so what I came to was that nothing. There's nothing that my coaching client that I want, that my coaching client wants. We have it all, enough of it, that there's nothing that is sufficient to make you want to stop playing video games. Right? Only a scare, only a crisis situation is going to change things, aside from one other thing, which is By the way, I'm on day 32 of 75 Hard. You might be wondering, John, why are you doing 75 Hard? Well, I kind of made fun of 75 Hard when it first came out. All right. No offense to Andy Frisella, great guy, but people would tell me they're in 75 Hard, and I would be like, oh, that's what my life is. My life is 75. Like, you're doing a 75 Hard challenge for 75 days. And literally, I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. I go fucking run like 10 miles. I don't eat until 5, 6 o'clock at night. I do another workout at the gym or go to Muay Thai, and I'm busting ass, right? And doing all this stuff. And so I would always be like, why do you need to have a program to do this? But here I am on 75 Hard. Why did I start doing 75 Hard? Because the answer to this question of like, how do I now motivate myself? How do I get myself to do the thing? And again, there's a lot of guys I talk to, a lot of coaching clients of mine that are in their 40s or whatever, same problem, same thing, right? Why? Right? What do you got to do? You have to have a system. You have to have a program. You have to have a structured commitment that you just do, that makes you do the thing that you want to do, that you want to accomplish, that you don't have enough pull motivation to do. It's a push. It pushes you in that direction. Do you get what I'm saying? The reason why I'm doing 75 Hard is because without 75 Hard, I wouldn't have gone to the gym this morning. Let's be fucking honest. Because I don't need to. Because I'm already jacked, right? Like, yeah, I could get more ripped, and that's what I'm doing now. But like, I've already been jacked. I've already had women walk up to me and put their hands on my chest while I'm out in the street. Like, I've already had that experience. Like, I've already had guys be like, oh, dude, fuck, you're so huge. Your arms are so big. You know, you look like a fucking superhero, whatever. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not. All right. But I'm just telling, I've already had that. So like, I don't have any motivation to go to the gym, honestly. Like, when I was my 20-year-old kid self and I wanted to get jacked and get girls and whatever and prove myself. Yeah. Then I wanted to go to, I had fun going to gym, reaching new heights. I'm not really going to reach new heights anymore. Not really. I've already got pretty much the muscle I have. I'm about 240 pounds, about, I don't know, like 11 or 12% body fat right now, you know, getting down to the 10. But my point is, I'm not going to get to 280, like ripped. That's not going to happen. And even if it did, it's not even appealing to me. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to go and do these runs unless I have to do it because I'm committed to a program. Now, in my heart of hearts, do I want to go to the gym? Do I want to continue building my physique, get more ripped, get more jacked, get back into the endurance and run some more marathons? Yeah, I do. But I don't want it bad enough that I'm going to not play video games. Not that I'm playing video games now, but you understand what I'm saying? That I'm not going to goof off or whatever. That I don't want it bad enough. And I'm never going to want it bad enough ever again because I've already had it. Life doesn't have these experiences to offer to me anymore that I haven't had. Now, you might be different. Maybe you haven't had some of these experiences, but you could also still be in this place where you think you've had it. You think you know it. And so the solution really, and the solution always is, no matter where you're at, honestly, is that you need a structured program. That's why I coach guys. You think when I coach guys that I'm telling them stuff that they don't already know? Some maybe 10% of what I say is stuff that guys don't already know. 90% of it they do know, but I'm reminding them, but I'm creating a structure. I'm creating discipline for them. I'm helping them create plans so they can accomplish their goals. I'm giving them that guidance to take all of this stuff and make it into a narrow line to reach their success. Maybe when it comes to coaching guys and women, they don't know anything, but sure. But the rest of the stuff, I mean, but intrinsically in your heart, you know some of these things anyway, right? And so what I'm saying to you, and if you've made it this far, congratulations, because yeah, you've got what it takes. And, or maybe this really hurts. It hits close to home here, but you got to have something, some kind of, that's why when I coach guys and they're like, oh, I want to get in shape, I want to start running. I'm like, great, let's sign up for a marathon or a half marathon at least. And they're like, oh, I'm not ready for that. And that's the point. Like, I want you to have a structure. I want you to have something that's pushing you towards this. Because if you just say, I'm going to run 3 times a week, you're not going to do it. You're going to fuck off and I'm going to get pissed off at you because you're going to come to the coaching call and you're like, I didn't do shit. Well, why are you here? Like, yeah, you're paying me, but why? Why are you wasting both of our times? And the reason why is because you don't have, because you're human. Because I will fail in that circumstance as well. That's why I create rules for myself. Have you ever seen what I do? If you've seen my productivity system, it's very structured. Why? Because I know human nature. I know my own nature. I know your nature. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're going to play a video game. You're not going to do it. Because you don't have, I mean, maybe when you're that young, spry kid and the world is your oyster, but fuck, even today, so many young guys already have a doom boomer mindset, and they already believe that there's no point trying because I can't get a good job, I can't get a house, I can't get a girl. Oh, man, you're already fucked yourself. Jesus Christ. I don't even care about that. I'm not even going to argue those points to you because it's so waste of time stupid. Instead, let's just put you on a plan. Let's just come up with a structure, a system that you have to follow to get some kind of result, right? Whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Like I said, 75 hard. Why is it good? Why am I doing this? Because it says you have to do 2 workouts a day. They have to be 3 hours apart. They need to be 45 minutes. One has to be outside. No alcohol. That was not a problem for me. Drinking a gallon of water. That's good. Okay. Reading 10 pages of personal development book. That's great. I'm probably doing that anyway, but it keeps me accountable. And then following a strict diet. All right. And then also, but the most important part is if you miss a day, well, a progress picture as well. And if you don't do any of those things, or if you don't do all of those things, you start over at day 0. So the next day is day 1 again, and you got to make it 75 to complete the challenge. So again, it requires some honesty with yourself. It's not foolproof, blah, 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 blah. However, it is a structure. It is something that I've told people I'm doing. If I miss and I don't start over, I have to lie to everyone. I'm not going to do that. I will feel like shit. I will be disingenuous. I will have lost my integrity to myself. So it keeps me accountable. I have to go and do this thing. It's not an optional thing. Everyone knows I'm doing it as well. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, that's what you need if you want to succeed. You cannot rely on this motivation. You cannot rely even on some goal, something that you want. So desire is not going to carry you far enough in life. It will carry you initially. And it's good if you still got it. If you got the fire burning, yeah, but put some structure on top of that, because I can guarantee you there's going to be days that you wake up where you're not going to have the desire, where the desire for staying in bed or the desire for being lazy or playing a video game is going to be greater than the desire for the greater self that you're trying to achieve. And on those days, having a structured plan with penalties in place for messing up, that's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you moving. It's going to keep you consistent and making forward progress. You're not above this. I'm not above this. No one is above this. You will fail without the plan. You will fail without the structure. You will default to playing video games. There is not something that you're going to say that you want bad enough that's going to make you do the things that you need to do. That if it were the case, you would have already done. That's why you're here watching this video. And maybe you've done some great things in the past. Great. But the past that's not who you are now. You're not doing it now. That's why you're watching this video. Do you understand what I'm saying? So get a plan together. Get a structure. If you want some help putting it together, email me, john@bulldogmindset.com. I might have like a couple of coaching slots. It depends. Let me just say this. You just email me and we'll see, because at this point, I've been getting all my coaching slots have been filled up. I'm not getting very many views on the videos, but definitely the right guys are wanting to sign up for coaching because it's getting, pretty high up there now. But that's not the point, right? Because my goal is not to do a whole bunch of coaching. But if you want it and you're ready, let me know, because I'm very discriminative now on that. But if not, if you can't afford coaching, that's cool. Bulldog Mindset membership, guys. If you haven't joined it, click the link down below. $7 for the first month. I've got all these systems, how to create rules, how to structure your day, how to all of this stuff, goals, things that you can go after, how to run a marathon. Like if you want to accomplish these things, you need a plan, you need a structure, you need something to go after and some steps to get there. Okay. So I'm telling you, you're not above this stuff. You're not above it. I'm not above it. That's why I'm doing 75 hard, right? It's almost like a humbling experience for me to do 75 hard, but it's awesome. I'm kicking at it. I mean, in this short amount of time, I'm doing 75 hard, huge transformation for myself already. And I'm on day 32, right? So there's still half of it to go. I mean, by the time I'm done with 75 hard, I'm going to be probably as ripped as I've ever been. And who knows what's happening next after that. But check it out. If you want coaching, like I said, you can email me, john@bulldogmindset.com. If you can't afford that, that's fine. Check out the membership. Let's get this for 2025. See you tomorrow.